we gonna try this shit again, and hopefully, this shit'll act right, man. Sorry, it took me a little bit extra. Scotty wanted to go take a leak, so that took a little bit of extra time. But hopefully, hopefully everything is in order. It's looking better in the little status box, but we gonna see. We gonna see. Back card, what's the motherfucking deal? All right, let's. Hopefully we can get this stream back in action like it's supposed to be, because I didn't fried it a little bit. I don't know what was going on, but I guess the reset always does a little bit of good. Yes, I would definitely be on board. I would definitely become an NHL fan if the city got an NHL team, and as the rest of the nation and man things, and I believe we discussed it in the Kush Den, but we decided that the name will be the Enforcers. You know what I'm saying? Okay. What's the deal, Wise? What's going down? Berkeley, let me shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Kyle, Man Things, Dez, Danny, Rick James, Back Car, Berkeley, Wise, you know what I'm saying? What's the motherfucking deal? Hopefully, like I said, everything is back in action and in order. Hopefully all this shit is going through like it should be. But today, like I said, it's not necessary. I didn't have anything particular in mind. I'm gonna wait a little bit before I really start looking at Baltimore and that situation. Because Baltimore's been one of them teams like that too, been kind of up and down. It's been a lot of bad football going on with some of these injuries, and I'm not saying that Baltimore. I don't think Flacco's back, right? I can't even recall. I know he got dinged up, had a little concussion issue, but I'm pretty sure he's back. I'll be honest, I had not paid too much attention to him. John Bryan, what's the motherfucking deal? Isaiah, what's the motherfucking deal? So, like I say, but it's just a few things. Like I said, I want to start speaking more on some of the other things. The Dynamo are in the Western Conference Championship, if I'm not mistaken. And like I said, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know shit about soccer. But we talking about the city. We talking about another possibility of a championship, and we on the brink of it. They're playing the Sounders, who I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I see the shit look like he's doing that shit again, which they beat earlier in the season. So I'm gonna do a little bit more. I do a little bit more research, but I owe them that, man. They dropped a thing on their Instagram with a RIP screw, and I was like, wow, I had to give them the props for that, because you wouldn't think a professional team in the city would show love to a subculture like that, but more power to them. So if they can do that, at least I could do is show them a little bit of love and root them on the victory. I'm not sure how the soccer playoffs work. It seems like I guess they each play a game, a home and home game, and I don't know. I know there's points and other things that are involved and shit that goes down. Man, you ain't lying, Danny. Fuck Comcast, man. They motherfuckers be on some bullshit. So, hopefully, like I say, I'm wishing the best of luck to the Dynamo. Do I think the Celtics are the best team in the NBA right now? Absolutely not. I feel like the Rockets are the best team in the NBA, and that's just not being biased, because with the Celtics, what you see is what you get. Hayward's not coming back, and I think that's basically their team. What they're putting out right now is the best that you're going to see from them. We have not seen the best of the Rockets yet. So, like I said, we still got a CP3 who's recovering. He's playing, but he's not even. His minutes are limited, and so he's not really able to give it all the go. I'm saying he's going hard because he's playing well, but I honestly feel like, without a doubt, fuck the national media, because they not going to say this shit. These are the same motherfuckers in the national media who said OKC was going to win 60 games. These are the same motherfuckers in the national media who said that they didn't understand how Chris Paul and James Harden would play on the same court, but, immediately they feel like Paul George, Russell, and whatchamacallit going to jail. They're like barely 500, and so the OKC. But we're talking about the Celtics. Celtics are on a hot streak. But I just don't give a lot of credit to teams in the East until we're talking about late in the playoffs. That's to me, the East is just such a cakewalk. Now there's a couple of teams in the East making a little bit of noise, but for the most part, it's still a cakewalk. The West, man, it's just a whole different animal. So when you're playing in the Western Conference, like you're going hard. Every night is a fucking playoff game. In the East, man, you got a bunch of cakewalks. You got a bunch of easy games, and so that shit don't mean as much to me. with the Celtics. Yeah, they beat Golden State, but again, like I say, when you're playing in the West, you playing a tough game every night, so you're gonna have a couple of those. Um, the Rockets, like I say, I'm trying to think. Is it still three losses? Or did they pick up another one? Was it? I think it's 3 or 4. I can't recall, and I got to see. But I know that two of those losses came from Memphis, and one of those losses from Memphis was a fluke because of all that bullshit that happened at the end. But the Rockets should have played better, so the fluke didn't have a chance to happen. But other than that, I mean, there's no team who's just going to come out and feel like, I don't see any team feeling like they got the Rockets in 7 games. Nobody's going to say that. Now, I don't care what, Warriors can talk all the trash they want to. The Rockets don't believe in defense. Apparently, we believe in it more than they do because we beat their motherfucking ass. So, yeah, I definitely agree with you, John. Right now, you can't tell me nothing except for the fact Deshaun went down. If Deshaun Watson was still playing right now, the national headlines wouldn't say it because they don't ever want to give us that love. But Houston would be the best sports city in town. I mean, just having won a championship in baseball, the World Series, then you would have had Deshaun, who would have been balling. Man, Steve, you come with. I got to do something. We got to do something special for Steve, man. Steve be coming with the love. Steve J, I appreciate that, man. You always coming with the love, man. Supporting the sauce in a major way. We're gonna have to do something special for Steve. We're gonna have a Stevie Saturday one day, man. I appreciate that love. Thank you for the super chat, Steve J. The super chat puts me in a stupor. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it anytime, like I say, man, because when y'all go out, y'all put y'all hard up, earn money out, and y'all show love to the sauce, man. And also a special shout out to Man Things. Man Things shows a lot of love to the sauce too. Behind the scenes, it's helped me make some upgrades, some improved, gave me some good advice too. So definitely want to send some super special shout outs to Steve J. Because he's always showing love, man. I appreciate that. Pearland, I see you, Pearland. That's what's up. And yeah, that's another thing, man. Harden has definitely stepped it up on defense. Like that's what I'm saying about. That's what I was talking about. The national media won't tell that story because, like I say, Deshaun Watson's balling right now. I think we don't lose a game after Seattle. I personally feel like that. I feel like Seattle would have been that toughest defense. You think about that Rams game, it wouldn't have been, what was it in the first half, 7-9 or something like that. It'd have been points on the board against the Rams. I mean, easily. And then like what that means is then the Rams have to play a different style of ball. Gurley was already pretty much, removed. I don't think he wasn't really that big of a factor, but when you're playing from behind, you have to play a different style of ball, and that opens it up for the defense. Even though, like I said, we ain't the world's greatest, and that passing game it just depends on what secondary shows up, But I feel like the way Clowney was playing, the defense would have been solid, and would have been able to capitalize on some mistakes. I think Deshaun Watson's still playing. What are we right now? 4-6. I think that 4 turns into about a 7, or and we're looking at, we're looking at victories. We're looking at I'm trying to. I got to make sure. I got to look back at skills, make sure I'm not miscounting the games, and I make sure I got the right win-loss record. But and then like I say, you got basketball. Like they don't want to say. Everybody still wants to say Golden State. We have the best record in the league, or we have a better record than Golden State in the harder conference. And then, like I say, with the Dynamo, shit, they're fighting for a championship. They're in the conference championship. So, Roblox football, man, I keep hearing about that Roblox stuff. I know I've seen the kids playing it. You know what I'm saying? But I just 16 and yeah, I might have jinxed us with the 16. But see, here's the thing: I couldn't have jinxed us because I never mentioned Watson in that 16-0. But it was all Savage Life, and then we saw what happened with that. So I'll take the blame for that, because they say when you take the blame, you get the glory too. You have the ability, man. That the Texans D didn't push him around. They just go, come on. What would you call what Jadeveon Clowney was doing, tackling 2 motherfuckers at a time, man? Jadeveon Clowney's a beast, man. That motherfucker had Gresham in one hand and Adrian Peterson in the other, and nobody was moving. We talking about ADP is Peterson is a man amongst men himself. You know what I'm saying? So that just tells you what kind of animal Clowney is. So that's crazy to me. But it is what it is. And if they missed assignments, then that means that's bad coaching. So that's on Bruce Arians. If he feels like they missed assignments, and then that's a coaching and execution issue. So that's still a L. That doesn't mean anything. I got to go more cloudy than today. With the Nate today, he's way taller. I could probably get away with a cloudy. I've done that before. I'm gonna attempt the Nate, but I don't think I'll be able to get away with that one. You said because Brady was on the cover of Madden, everybody was like, yeah, Tom Brady. Yeah, that is funny that the Madden curse got reversed. It's like the whole league suffered. When Brady was on the cover, the GOAT edition, since you want to say he's the greatest of the league, the whole league ended up getting hurt, after that shit. So, like I said, I'm not familiar with Roblox as far as all that. I didn't know you play football and all this. I just thought you walked around and talked to people and shit. So I'm not necessarily super familiar with that. So yeah, Clowney was, and that's what I mean. Like Clowney has been these last few weeks. Clowney has definitely emerged, and when he's seeing more, I'm saying, double teams. He's getting more attention paid to him than at any point of the time during the season, and he's still balling. So that's just something you gotta give him credit for. You give Hal, you give Eddie Pleasant some love, for sealing the deal. Not giving them the opportunity to get back and score, because we do that shit all. That's always a frequent occurrence, is late in the games, the secondary fucking blowing assignments and fucking getting beat and shit like that. What's up, G-Town? I see you. Yeah, that's that damn house phone. Yes, I have a house phone and it's ringing. Yeah, Clowney should definitely see the Pro Bowl this year, because I feel like he's to me, I feel like he's playing better than he did last year. That's a bad win, man. I appreciate you following through. You gotta go tend to the old lady and the kid. Where fucking phone across from? I ain't worried about that. Yeah, that ain't the that ain't the sauce line. That's the house line. If that motherfucker rings, I don't trust it, because that number shouldn't be anywhere. But that shit. I think we even paid for it to not be listed. But for some reason, that motherfucking look. But this is what I'm saying. Like I said, I had the issue the other day. If anybody was fucking around following me on Twitter when I had the Comcast rage, that's what I don't understand. My cable was fine. The phone was fine. The shit I don't really use is fine, but the internet was fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they need to keep Lamar Houston in-house. Absolutely. That was a great pickup. Other than the Cole as an undrafted free agent, I think Lamar Houston might have been the next best pickup that we got. So that would be I don't know, it ain't gonna be no scam, but it would be very interesting to see how that took place. But it's I don't know what I say, man. That fucking Comcast, they be on some other shit. But yeah, definitely I like Lamar Houston. I like what he brings. And I'd love to see him on the roster next year. Like I say, I don't know if he's trying to re-audition and expecting to getting a starting role somewhere. That may not be the case when some guys come back, but who knows? Like I say, to me, Lamar Houston has been playing very well. He's also been a force. So I'd like to see him stick around. Plus, I like the name Houston in Houston. I think that's super cool. I like that shit. So that's something else I like. Now, let me see what else we wanted to speak on. We got the Rockets. Like I said, I just want to touch on a couple of games this week. I ain't gonna oh man, the free cruise. The free cruise shit get your ass in jail. I remember seeing some shit like that. They were giving out free cruises, and they were like giving the free cruise to all these people, and everybody who showed up, and it was like a big bust, and they just arrested everybody. Man, you like that? I appreciate that, man. Go get you one. Hit that staysaucy.com and then go copy one of them. Go copy that red, man. But the Rockets, we got the Nuggets and the Knicks, I think, this week. I want to say the Nuggets on Wednesday, and I think the Knicks are on Saturday. I'm counting both of those as W's. Like I said, we already played the Knicks once, I believe, and we did that. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, we talked about that, too. Oh, and Ellington, man, I forgot Ellington was a pickup too. So I'm lying about that. I'm lying about the Houston thing. There was actually a couple of good. So we're gonna give Rick Smith credit for that. We're gonna backtrack just a second, talk about the Texans. Now that you mentioned 10,000 in back taxes, I gotta call that fucking number that'll be coming on the sports channels, on the sports radio. Ellington better be here. He's gonna be here next year because he's been making a name for himself. They're gonna find a way to keep Ellington, but he's gonna definitely generate some interest from around the league. You're gonna have people looking for free agents like crazy. Look at who got injured, who got cut from a team, trying to find him at Ellington. That was a diamond in the rough. I'm gonna give Rick Smith credit for this. Dylan Cole, outside of this being probably his best draft, this may have been Rick Smith's overall best year. So we're talking about, like I say, Deshaun Watson, Deontay Foreman, both of them went down, but that's just shit that happens, and that fucking sucks that Foreman went down. He finally had a breakout game, 2 TDs, finally got him one, got him another one, and then went down. That fucking sucks. I hate that for that dude. But Ellington has been a great find because I'm thinking honestly, one, Ellington allows you to cut strong, and I like strong. I don't think he just had the chance to build rapport with any one quarterback, so he never really got that love. UCF who is that? UCF Jaguar. I have to look into it. I definitely have to look into it. Who made the INT? I think it was both safeties that had INTs this game. Wasn't it two? Wasn't it one from Hal and one from Pleasant? So yeah, Braxton. I don't know about Braxton coming back. He may be a casualty next year, but he had a couple of catches, which was interesting this game. And I want to see, man. I'm not sure. I'll be honest. I'm not sure if I used to like the little dude, the Dare guy, but I don't know if he's still on the practice squad or nothing. A white version of Honcho. Oh, no, don't say that. He's a Jags fan? No, don't say that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with the white version of Honcho, but don't make him a Jags fan. That's awful. We don't want no Honcho Jags. 29, that's Hal, I believe. So, no, man. This is one thing I don't understand. I don't understand. What people got to realize, Miller is a good running back, man. Like, I don't know why people want to get rid of Miller so bad. Maybe because I understand he's not getting used in the best ways, essentially how he should be. But Miller's a good running back. You know what I mean? Miller's a damn good running back. He's still, if you count since 2014, he's like a top 5 running back. You know what I mean? So that's what people have to realize. The dude, Miller's got subdued. Like, you got to realize this guy used to be a track star. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Marcus Williams, he's still there. Said Miller in the backfield, Watson in the slide force linebacker, stay home in his QB spot, man, coverage, keep that. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. You like, I like Foreman. Don't get it twisted. I like Foreman, but Foreman's still going to, this is going to be a setback. And then you got to think about it. An Achilles injury, he is going to take him a little bit to get back in action. So you definitely keep Miller. I wouldn't have got rid of Miller anyway, because that's a 1-2 punch that you want to keep. You want to have a running back by committee. If you don't have a running back by committee, then it's not a. I'm not saying it's not a good possibility that you win games, but you want that. You want to have 2 good backs. Like I say, just because the situation that just happened right now. Say we would have traded Miller, then we'd be relying on Alfred Blue right now, and that's something we definitely don't want to do. But why do you feel like OB is done after this year? I don't think so. I think it would not be wise to get rid of Bill O'Brien after you have brought in a rookie QB. You saw what he did with him. He had him breaking all kind of records. Yeah, you could say, oh, well, we'll just bring in another guy and we'll just have him run Dabo's offense, or you can say things like that. But you get rid of Bill O'Brien after all the tumultuous shit that's happened this year. They're gonna bring in Blue. Right now, Blue is slated as the backup, even though he had the hamstring injury. But we don't play till Monday, so hopefully he'll be back in time for that. We got Kevin Johnson's out with the concussion. Will Fuller's still not sure with the ribs. and like I say, you know, the Foreman injury. So, like I say, we've been a pretty dinged up team. We haven't really been healthy. That's one thing. But you know, that's how it is across the league. So no excuses for that. But talking about getting rid of Bob, I wouldn't do it. That's not the move I'd make. Like I said, you got a young guy. Apparently, he likes what Bob brings to the table. He's the potential. He is a fucking star. You know what I'm saying? He is a he's a transcendent star. He's like, I mean, honestly, when do you hear NBA players talking about football injuries? I've never heard that shit in my life. Dude, LeBron, we're talking about a rookie who played a few games. I mean, not even a half a season. And still in the running for the most touchdowns. We're having one, you know, still up there in the rankings. Or I forgot exactly. I think somebody passed him up, but he's still second or third up there. Hadn't played in weeks. And like I say, he transcends the game because of the type of character that he is. You don't upset the nest. You know what I'm saying? You keep what you got going on, and like I say, you allow him to thrive. Now, if you see regression next year, then you got to think about that. But then, like I say, also, Bill O'Brien's the only thing that kept that locker room together after all the, you know, the shit with the comments and the Dwayne Brown trade. I'm gonna be honest. The players are not happy, probably more so. And this is speculation because we haven't heard shit from Rick Smith other than him getting booed the other day and introducing Andre or whatever. The players aren't happy with McNair. The players aren't happy with Rick Smith, you know, because they all love Dwayne Brown. So I think Bill O'Brien is the only thing that is the glue that's keeping the shit together. So you get rid of him, you might as well go all the way back to the drawing board because then you got to bring in a whole nother personality. You got to bring in, you're going to bring in a whole nother system. You're going to require these guys to get acclimated to them. And I feel like they're comfortable right now. I think they like what they got going on. They just, you know, some things just happen, things that happen to all teams. And so it's unfortunate, but I don't think you upset what you got right now. They need to have a company picnic. Yeah, I understand what you're saying about that. And but that's not bad coaching because here's the thing, you got to think about he has to make the plays to get us in position to lose the game in those last 3 minutes. We're talking about Seattle, and we're talking about New England, you know, recent Super Bowl contenders, people who just won the Super Bowl. And it's not the same New England, we know that, but the thing is, you got to have a coach who puts you in position to lose that game. Kubiak wouldn't have had us if we'd have been out of there in the first quarter. Whenever it came to playing against the big dogs, people can say whatever they want to about Bill O'Brien. You know, previous years it hasn't been so great. But even last year with 17, and we can give that credit to Crennel if you want to, but at the same time, we can talk about Kubiak teams with Wade Phillips on the sideline and how we lose when we played the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? We played the big boys. We were no match. We beat who we were supposed to beat, yeah, and that was cool. But when it came to facing real competition, we were nowhere close. We're talking about a Seattle game where the dudes had to play out of their minds and some things had to fall into position for them to happen that were just almost unlikely to happen. Bad game management, yeah. I'll give that all day, that he's a bad game manager. But I think he's a good coach. You know what I'm saying? And that's you know, like I said, I know a lot of people who don't like him, but then at the same time, and if you don't, I think I say you look at that, you look at trying to play to be mobile and not playing. You talking about the Johnson dude, and that I don't even want to talk about that, but because I mean he's just a guy, he hadn't even thrown a pass in a long time. And so I guess they were just trying to give him a look. I don't know what they I think, like I said, I was talking about yesterday that I feel like B.O.B. feels like, hey, I'm going to give Savage a shot. I highly doubt he's here next year. You know, I'm giving him a chance to audition for someone else, hopefully to get a starting spot somewhere. You know, that's how I feel like about that guy. No, Steve was saying, do I think any good players will come? Man, I'm being honest with you. I really don't know. I've been thinking about that for a while. I want to say, yeah. I want to say, yeah. That's why I got to stop reading comments while I'm I want to say, yeah, because when it comes down to it, players want to win, and they're going to deal more with Bill O'Brien than they're going to deal with McNair. And I think if Bob is smart, he falls back. Not saying that he relinquishes ownership or anything like that, but the smart thing to do would to be a less visual owner. Be present. I'm not saying don't go to the games. It's your fucking team. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Laredo? You know what I'm saying? So I would just say fall back, and that's the best thing he could do for his team. But I think, because you got to think about it. When free agency comes, people are going to be unhappy where they're at. They're going to see the potential of Watson coming back. They're going to see what the Texans got going. People are going to want to come play. With names like Watt and Merciless returning, even though I don't think Watt will be the same guy, I think in the long run that guys are going to want to play. Because as I say, you look at B.O.B., what they're going to do is they're going to talk to players on the team. They're going to be like, because they all cool. It's a small fraternity, so they all know each other. And they're going to say, hey, man, what's really shaking? How do y'all really feel about that owner? How do y'all really feel about the coach? Do y'all feel like his job is steady? Do y'all feel like he's on a hot seat? Because people aren't going to want to make a commitment to something they buy into, and then they feel like, the coach is going to be gone or something else like that. So I'm just saying, and I'm laughing. Why I laughed earlier is because Danny talking about making Scotty fight. I be fighting Scotty all the time, man. When Scotty don't act right, me and Scotty have vicious fights, and I do bite him if you don't act right. Yeah. So let me see what I'm saying. The reason plays better second half. Man, and you're not lying about that, Rob. I don't know what that is, too. Because it was like that last year. They weren't looking really great in the beginning. We lost JJ and some other things. But then it seemed like the second half of the season, they really stepped it up a notch. Like they really picked it up. So, and see. Shanahan, where's Shanahan right now? Because Shanahan's a first-year coach somewhere, ain't he? And it's slipping my mind right now, but I don't know how the Shanahans feel, because the Shanahan was here. I want to say, wasn't he a Texan for a while? I may be mistaken. I may be thinking about somebody, but I want to say Shanahan was a Texan for a minute, or he was with the Texans and then moved around. Yeah, and here's the thing, man. You got to look at what we got out there. Hey. We got to give McKinney more credit. We got to give McKinney more credit. I don't speak on McKinney enough, but McKinney made some motherfucking plays yesterday. And so we definitely, I guess because we just maybe expect him to be constant, or, he doesn't make a lot of flashy plays, but he's consistent, and that is one of the anchors of that defense. And we as fans, me as my commentary, I don't give McKinney enough props, and so Bernard McKinney definitely needs to get more love. Has been playing great, you know what I mean? So let me see. Yeah, as far as Jeremiah, I see what you're saying about Savage and all those things, but like I said, my whole thing, like I said, I was saying about that is that I feel like B.O.B. is just trying to give him a shot, because you got Yates, and I don't know as far as how comfortable Yates is in that B.O.B. offense. And like I told you, I don't even want to hear about knowing the offense anymore, because that shit don't even make sense, because we saw what happens when someone knows the offense for 4 years as opposed to somebody who came in and got the offense, tailored to their abilities. So I definitely Shanahan's in San Francisco. Okay, that's what I said. I knew he was first year coach somewhere. So we ain't finna pick up Shanahan. Yeah, laughing, man. I think it was the first game. We threw him to the wolves after that Savage shit. But the thing about it, though, even though that seemed like it was a switch, I heard that, and I know most everybody heard when Bill O'Brien went to Rick Smith, and basically they said he wanted to start Deshaun Watson after that first preseason game. But Rick basically told him to pump the brakes. But ultimately it was B.O.B.'s decision, and I feel like he should have pulled the trigger on that, because then I think that Jags game becomes a W. You know what I'm saying? So, speaking of the devil, the Jags are only relevant because everybody else got hurt. Like, you got to realize, and I'm glad a Jags fan popped up when I said this, so somebody can eat this shit. this is good as y'all get, and that's not even good. This is the best y'all can max. Y'all have maximized your potential, and y'all aren't even good. So it's like, that's the thing. Like, the only reason y'all are winning games is because y'all are playing against teams who got dinged up, who got hurt. Like I said, y'all played savage that first half. Y'all really didn't stop Watson like that in the second half. He was just in a bad position. Watson wouldn't be dinged up. We win that second game. But the thing about it is, next year you guys are going to be garbage. And with no matter what you do, because y'all aren't going to be able to pick up a good quarterback. If y'all win, if y'all fuck around and go to the playoffs, then y'all going to be on some middle of the pack shit where there's not going to be any good QBs. Y'all going to be stuck with Blake Bortles being average. When what happens for us is, with no draft picks, with nothing else, just not accounting for anything else, everybody returns healthy. We're instantly 2 times the team that you guys are. More balanced, a complete offense, a complete defense. An overall team. We can challenge anybody in the motherfucking league. Like, Deshaun Watson comes back. We bring our guys back healthy next year. You're talking about the new question is, the Texans are Super Bowl contenders. It's not about do the Texans win the AFC South? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. It's exactly like you say, man. They gonna fuck around and still not. They gonna still fuck around and lose to Tennessee or something. But so like I'm saying, the Jags are. I want the Jags fans to enjoy this year, because it's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? Come on, dude. We can't talk about quarterback problems. We have a quarterback injury. We've had quarterback problems for years and still won the division. Y'all have had this guy that y'all have had at quarterback has been the same guy for the last, 3-4 years. We've gone through 9 or 10 of them and still managed the motherfucking division. Like, so the guy that you got, you know what I mean, is not the answer. And I'm just telling you, and I'm being like, this is not even hating. Like, I'm just being straight up, like, taking all bias aside. Like, I'm willing to give the Jags their credit, their defense their credit, because shit, them motherfuckers have me killing in fantasy football, because I got the Jags defense and the Baltimore's defense. So I give them credit where credit is due, and that's on defense. But Andre still does the shopping thing. Even when he left, he still did the shopping thing. So that's what I'm saying is why Andre will always be one of the greatest Texans. Like, right now, he's still the greatest Texan. You know, I love what JJ did for the city, and he's up there. You know, give him a couple of more years to earn it. Andre just put in a shit ton of time, and so I love Andre Johnson, man. To me, just, even when shit wasn't going right, he still handled himself in a class manner, and I respect that. But like I'm saying, just being honest, dog, like, if y'all win the fucking division, if the Jags win the division, they're fucked for next year. You know what I mean? So, like, you'd have to just enjoy this year while you got it. And that's not something to be proud of, because y'all ain't going to have anything to build on. Like I say, y'all get that middle range pick, you know, y'all might be able to bolster up that defense, maybe do something for the line. Y'all got a running back in Fournette who's all right. I don't think he's the world beater people try to make him out to be. He's okay, but he's had some real dusty ass games. So real suspect ass games. So I'm just saying, like, right now, y'all got it. Y'all can talk shit. You know, our situation is we dinged up, we hurt. Y'all got it. Y'all can talk all the shit y'all want to. But when it comes down to it, we're talking about the future. That's a conversation y'all don't want to have, because y'all already know it's not right now. Next season is not looking as good as this season for y'all. So that's just my honest opinion. I mean, just straight up and down. Oh man, that'll be bad. Don't do the Eli. Eli is suspect, dog. So the Jackson always traded their first rounders to the Browns. Man, you know, us and the Browns, we got an exclusive relationship. So if the Browns gonna make any stupid moves, they're gonna make the stupid moves with the Texans first. You know what I'm saying? So exactly, the Browns, you ain't lying. And then excuse me, goddamn. Like you said, Steve, we're gonna have cap space. We got, like, that's the thing. You got to realize the position we're in. We got cap room. We have talent. If we can solidify Ellington, like I say, keep Houston. Let's see, make it to the AFC. I wouldn't say the AFC Championship. I can see y'all fucking around. Depending on who y'all get in the first round, y'all might make it to the second round. But I don't see an AFC championship. It's high hopes. I mean, you know, I can see it, but I definitely don't. I don't. I mean, y'all got to have something for Bortles. I don't see the dude's not good to me. It's like he's 50-50. Like the dude, the same guy never shows up. You know, at least like with 17, we knew that he was just going to be consistently less than mediocre. Bortles has had a couple of, well, even his good games ain't necessarily been great games. You know what I mean? So I think you got to score points when it comes down to it. And like I say, y'all defense can do some things, but you know, you can't count on your defense to score points for you. So y'all may be able to stop people, but you know, it only takes a play or two to be back in the mix. If y'all not scoring points. So, but like I say, man, my thing is, we gotta tighten up on that line. That's our biggest issue, honestly, is offensive line, because I know the secondary is crucial, but offensive line is most important. One, to keep Watson upright, healthy, and allow him to score points, because he can score like no one else. And if you can score points, then, you know, hey, your best defense is a great offense, and then you don't have those worries. But then, you know, you definitely want to tighten up on the secondary and shit too, because then you don't want to have to overwork. You don't want to have to try to score fucking 50 points. You don't want to have to try to talk about 50 fucking points a game. I'm telling y'all, I just told y'all, enjoy this season, because if y'all get to the playoffs, like I say, y'all still got what? Still dealing with the Titans. I don't know. I don't even know what the record is. Because I'll be honest, like, you know, the Texas fan base is definitely depleted because of the whatchamacallit, the Deshaun situation. But I'm just being honest. Like, I tell you, because I pay a close attention to these things. Used to be a lot of Jags fans coming here trolling and all that other shit. When Deshaun Watson started balling, y'all still had a better record. Y'all still had a lot of other shit going on. But them same fans, all them motherfuckers disappeared. They didn't want to talk trash no more. I was still streaming. I'm still doing the same shit. Motherfuckers disappeared. But as soon as Deshaun went down, guess who appears back again? Because the motherfuckers know. The motherfuckers know the real deal. So like I said, we're not in a position. I'd be mad, I think, if Savage got us to the playoffs. I don't know why I'd be, but I'd probably be mad if somehow we ended up in the playoffs with this whole situation that took place. I'd probably be upset about it for some reason. Don't know why, but I would. But you ain't lying. We got to have somebody who can back up Deshaun. Questenberry, I believe, is on the practice squad. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Man, I'm glad you said that too, man. Things I forgot about that. Y'all play the last place schedule, so y'all motherfucking me. What's up, JR? So y'all motherfucking me. Go ahead and win. Y'all take the division. Y'all don't have no QB play. Y'all are really gonna be in trouble. Like I say, that's the only reason it's as bad as we are. We're looking at back. Like I say, we lost everything on a first place schedule. So we're talking about two of our best defensive players, a starter, and Kjo been out several games. We lost our fucking quarterback. Fucking, well, what's his name? Brown don't even matter. He don't fucking count. He wasn't ever really with us here this year. Then lost our upcoming young running back. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, we've taken some definite dings. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody's been hit as hard as we have. You know, I know Rodgers going out was a big deal, but shit, try losing Rodgers and everything else. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have. I don't think they have anything on their defense the equivalent of a Watt. It may be like Clay or somebody like that going out would be their merciless. You know what I'm saying? So Bob McNair fell. Did that really happen? Like, I saw somebody said something about Bob McNair tripped up or fell or some other shit. You know what I'm saying? How come we got rid of the CB we got in the Brown trade? What had happened is he failed the physical, and so I think that fucked us, man. Like that's my one low light for Rick Smith this year. I'm gonna give Rick Smith his credit this year. You know, I'm not a Rick Smith fan, but Rick Smith has done a great job this year as far as finding, you know, diamonds in the rough, as far as a great draft. No, what happened is Jeremy Lane, he went back to Seattle because he failed the physical here. And so since he failed the physical, we ended up sending him back, and then we had to redo the deal. And that's where I felt like we got fucked out the deal, because then we ended up giving up I think we gave up a 5th round to get another 3rd or to switch. I forgot exactly what the picks are, you know, how they switched, but I forgot how it changed. But it went from being a decent trade to I feel like we got worked over. You know what I mean? But yeah, Brown ended up getting hurt like the next week after that. So, you say Cleveland gonna give us the pick back somehow? It's going to end up somehow like that. But oh yeah, and see that's what I'm saying. I forgot Odell went out and all that because man, the reason why is because Deshaun Watson is a stand-up dude. I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers ain't a stand-up guy, but shit, he got insurance. He got that fucking discount double check. We ain't worried about him. But Deshaun was a young up and coming. I mean, he's just making things happen. Don't get me wrong. Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest. But we're talking about a rookie doing what the fuck Deshaun Watson was doing, dog, and it was just unheard of, unprecedented, dog. Like, and what I'm saying is, it would have been even better. Imagine having Fuller from the jump. You know what I mean? Because they built instant rapport. Imagine having Fuller from the jump, beginning of the season. You know, like I say, just not losing some of that. Even if, like I said, I don't want nobody going down. But even imagine the difference in having Merciless still here. Even if Watt would have still went down, imagine if Merciless was still here. What that brings to the table. You know what I mean? So we're talking about you got some of these other guys here. Then you know those late game points don't occur. You know, certain situations don't happen. You imagine Seattle Merciless and Clowney. Oh my God. Oh my, it'd be over with, man. So, like I say, it's just a lot of things. We took a lot of injuries. We got dinged up. It happened, and I'm not upset about it. You know, it's just the way life is. You know, it's some give and it's some take. You know, we took a championship, a World Series championship, and then the fucking football guys took our quarterback, and that's unfortunate. But he's gonna come back better than ever. Like, I think what this does now, I think it makes it even worse for the rest of the league, because now all he's doing is studying. He's soaking up game. He was doing it, you know, as he was learning. Now it's all mental. And what's gonna happen is once he locks all that shit, you ain't lying about the eyes of the back. That dude's internal clock is something else. But now he's soaking all that shit up, and what's gonna happen is it's not gonna be any thinking. And that was my big thing about it in the beginning of the year was, as long as he doesn't have to think and he can play free, you know, play fast. That's what they always say, play fast. And when they say play fast, not like your 40 speed, but, you know, knowing the plays, knowing the calls, knowing the adjustments, you know what I'm saying, knowing your audibles, things like that. Now he's going to have time to soak all that shit up. And day one, practice, OTAs, whatever, it's going to be the Deshaun Watson show. And it's going to be all over with. I'm telling you, next year, that's all you're going to hear about. Will Fuller, DeAndre Hopkins, hopefully we retain Ellington. These dudes are going to lead the league in touchdowns. And I'm going to make a bold prediction for next year. Steven Anderson. I think Steven Anderson with Watson becomes a breakout player. And I like what Steven Anderson brings to the table. I wish they could give him a little bit more, give him a look at wide receiver a little bit. Let him kind of, because he's a versatile guy. He's a smaller tight end, but he'd be a large wide receiver. Because the dude got some hands, dog. The dude can catch. He made that crazy play. What was it? Was that the Seattle game? He made that fucking crazy play? And then, he made another good catch, yesterday. Texans versus Raiders. I don't have a prediction yet. Like I say before, like probably I'm thinking Wednesday. I'm gonna make a prediction. What I want to start doing too is I'm gonna start being more committed to the streams, because like I say, the sauce is all about the interactivity. I like hearing y'all opinions, hearing your thoughts, and and then like I say, having a discussion. That's what I enjoy. That's what I enjoy the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind doing the other videos and talking out my ass and all that other good shit. But I like to say, I like the back and forth. That's what it is to me. So I'm going to start trying to step it up a notch, and around 7 o'clock, I start trying to be more daily with the streams. Last week, I skipped a few days and some other things. So like I said, I want to step it up a notch. I got to get back on the flavor. I did honestly and I'm sure y'all have noticed, since the Deshaun Watson injury, the sauce, it was a little bit stale, but that's not fair to y'all. That's not fair to the freshest ingredients in the motherfucking world. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about the Texans, regardless of if Deshaun's on the team or not. It's about Houston, the city, the teams that we're putting out. Madden. Yeah, that's what I say. When I saw that, that's what I say. That was my final strike on not copping the Madden, dog. Because I keep seeing tweets and shit about Deshaun not being rated right. And like I said, me and Shaq Kush read a couple. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it for some reason. I don't know. But I do know I'm gonna be super cheap and grab me one of these. Probably fuck around and grab that Destiny 2 during this little Black Friday sale that the Xbox shit having, because you know all this shit be on fucking sale. Somebody told me that the Call of Duty World War II was good. So I might look into that, 'cause I want to get I think I need to get on some kind of first person shooter. You know, I'm definitely not good at them hoes, but sometimes they're good for taking out anger and shit like that. Red one. Oh man, I'm gonna have to really look, because like I said, I've been seeing, you know, that Baltimore has been it's been kind of hit and miss. They got zombies on the World War II. Okay, so I'm gonna have to check that out. Man, Zochi. I like Zochi, man. You talk about old buddy from China, Zochi. Before an ultimate team, but Zochi, that motherfucker better score some points, dog. You know, Rocket's been blowing folks out, but he's been allowed to get in during garbage time. He done had some opportunities to play, but he got to motherfucker score some points, because he had I want to say, was it in Phoenix? That boy had a cheering section in Phoenix. I mean, you like could hear them, but then most of the Phoenix crowd had left after that, 'cause they was getting worked over. But yeah, he had a couple of good blocks, but I need that motherfucker score some points, man. Man, he got to get the rebound, man. Look, he too tall for all that. He got to get the rebound. He got to get out there looking like Clint, man. Man, so yeah, he is that's one thing I did. He's a step slow. But for what he does, though, his length and stuff, it makes up for that. He's just gonna have to adjust. He's gonna have to adjust a little bit. But he might be in a similar position to Clint. But when Clint came, Clint was full of energy though. Clint was athletic. He just kind of lanky, just not really ready to buck with the big dogs. But as he's man, Rios, that's a great idea. I actually do want to do that. I want to start linking up with some Texans tubers. I had linked up with Wink last week. I plan to do that again. But I'm gonna reach out to him. I do intend to reach out to Sticky, reach out to Tenny. I'd holler at Tenny, but we gotta get some things solidified. Darren Davis, like I said, because I like, trust me, I check out everybody. Man Up, everybody who talks Texans, everybody who's a Texans tuber. And if you're a Texans tuber, you got some Texas shit going on, holler at me, man. I am not opposed to chopping it up. Because like I say, I want to do some more stuff like that. But like I say, Lonzo, I'll be honest, I haven't paid a lot of attention to Lonzo, but it ain't been real high for him. I think for a little bit, that situation with his brother kind of had him feeling some particular type of way, because his dad wasn't at the games or whatever. And that's something, I don't know if that's going to end up being an issue, if he's a daddy's boy or what. But you said Dominic. So what's your channel about, Dominic? I'll check you out. Yeah, Dominic. Lonzo just got that weird ass shot. That's my big thing with him. But like I say before, I'm gonna slide out of here in just a couple. But before I do, you know, like I said, I need to get a post stream. Well, not post stream, at the end of the stream roll call. We had a beginning of the stream roll call. Let's have an end of the stream roll call. And like I said, I want to know where y'all from. Make sure I send y'all a shout out, show y'all some love. Lonzo, I think Lonzo will be all right in the long run, because he's shown flash. He got him a little triple double. You can't just be garbage, get you a little triple double in the NBA. You got to do a little something. I think he's just gonna have to. He's just gonna have to. It's time to utilize his own testosterone. You know, he can't use daddy shit no more. He gotta fucking. He gonna have to step it up. With Zochi, gonna be all right. Once he gets some time in the off season, and him and Capella get a little bit of time to get some of them dreams. And see, our dreams are other people's nightmares. When I'm talking about Akeem the Dream, and when he trains our bigs, he turns our bigs, you know, little dreams into other people's nightmares. You know, so like I say, it's just Lonzo's just gonna need some work. But I'll be honest, like I said, I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to him. But we're gonna have to see what's shaking with him. Yeah, man. Also, like, if you got, look, also, yeah, trust me. Like I say, y'all's feedback is super important to me. So, Jr., if you got some guys you think I should be looking at, anybody, if y'all got some guys, y'all say, hey, you should check him out and let me know what you think, man. Send the names my way. I'll definitely do it. I got a list that I need to check out because I know Darren Davis has shot me a couple that he said I need to look at. So I need to. I'm gonna spend some time probably tomorrow looking those up. He's grounded. Man, them nuggets, dog. Shit, chicken eyeballs and shit. But they say they changed the recipe. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But like I say, man, but what you got is you got a lot of people who want to see guys score 1,000,000 points. Some guys are just better at facilitating. Some guys are just better at doing the other things. Like, honestly, I think James, well, I would say that. I wouldn't say if James didn't shoot, we'd still win games. But James is such an adept passer. Like, I had no idea. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, even prior to, like last year when we weren't supposed to even make the playoffs, James was killing it with quote unquote nobodies. But then you look at, like I say, Westbrook, and everybody's bragging on his triple doubles, stat chasing and shit. Look at it now. How the Thunder are like 500. I think they might be under 500, and you got all that talent. So I've been telling, like I say, my shit. I did the shit last year before they even gave him the MVP that Russell Westbrook would be the worst MVP ever. He's, like I say, people love stats. They don't want to take into account the real story, what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, the narrative changes. Like I say, James Harden can ball out again this year, have the best record in the league, and they will not give him the MVP because they'll say some shit like, well, he had CP3 on the team and, he didn't have, they'll find a way. Like, they'll find a way. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. You got too many guys who want to be the man, dog. And I'm telling you, like, Westbrook has a way, I feel like, of irking people's nerves. Melo wants to do his thing still, and I'm glad Melo didn't come in. Now I'm glad because I see his, everybody's like, well, if he can be Olympic Melo, he ain't Olympic Melo. He's not being Olympic Melo. And, it might be the case because of the team that he's with, but he's definitely not. Soft Brook, no defense, Brook, bitch ass Brook. Man, yeah. Oh, man, I'm glad we kept Rhino because Rhino was balling. Rhino lost some weight. Rhino didn't hold a grudge against anybody because I had mentioned, earlier that nobody went to his wedding. He got married this summer. And, amidst all the trade rumors and all that, I think the only person who showed up at his wedding was Patrick Beverly. And he was already a Clipper. But, man, don't follow that narrative, dog. James Harden has been playing defense this year. The media still sit there and tell you that he doesn't. James Harden been playing defense. I'm not saying he's locking people down, but James Harden has definitely stepped his defense up a notch. Melo eating weed is he not on the box? But I'll see what you see, Steve, too. It's gonna be the last thing I'm gonna talk about before I get up out of here. Jonathan Joseph next year. That's a very interesting situation. I'll be honest. I just grabbed a Dynamo player, the best Dynamo solo picture I could find, just to show the Dynamo some love. I'm gonna do some research tomorrow on that. I saw somebody ask who's in the picture. But talking about Jonathan Joseph next year is interesting because I still feel like right now he's our best corner. And I don't know what happens when he leaves. But speaking of best co-MVPs, but speaking of this, the young rookie Dakud was looking good. He's a taller guy. And I'm glad that JR, there you go. Yeah, made some play. I think he had 2 good plays. Looking good, making plays. So that's something you want to keep an eye out for. So, J-Joe may have to go, and we may have to go through some rebuilding at that point. We may have to, I don't know what this draft is supposed to be. Somebody told me it was supposed to be a corner-heavy draft. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'll definitely have to look and see. But we'll definitely find out for sure. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all for taking the time to fuck with your boy. I appreciate y'all for coming through and stirring up the sauce with me. Y'all the freshest motherfucking ingredients in the world. Make sure you hit that Stay Saucy. Go cop you one of these Sauce-alicious, full of sauce-tasticness You know what I mean? You ain't even gotta worry about, you know what I'm saying, the Thanksgiving turkey. We gonna bring the sauce. You know what I'm saying? They can have the turkey and all that other stuff. You just get the shirt. You just bring the sauce. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, man, and no, I don't have any Black Friday shirt specials. But yes, thank you, John Bryan. Yeah, make sure you like the stream before you get out of here. I appreciate everybody following through. All the freshest ingredients, even some of the sodium that came through and slid through here is nothing but love. But with that being said, man, I'm talking up the douche. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Stay saucy. Make sure y'all like the screen. Make sure y'all just stay saucy. I appreciate that.